We all know how herbs and spices flavor our food, but sometimes it is a chore, I must admit, to get this nice and tasty to cook each delicious meal. This video will show you how to make life easier by having this ready to hand each time, and I'll give you my special secret recipe to making the best flavorful herb bomb. Hello beautiful people, and welcome to a new video. How are you doing? This is Mecca's Garden and Kitchen Journey, where I share about growing my own food and also cooking healthy, fantastic, flavor enhanced foods, naturally flavor enhanced foods, so in my kitchen. Now, okay, why am I doing this? Actually, it's really something I do and I want to share. That's my journey. But also, someone actually came into my comment section last week and we had this back and forth about MSG. Talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm fear-mongering and all that. And guys, listen, do you, okay? So if you feel MSG is fine, go ahead. But the only question I always ask people that say MSG is natural, is the same as the MSG in your tomatoes, in your mushrooms, is, okay, why don't you stop using it? Why does food not taste the same without that additional added cube? Okay, it's not natural. That's all I can say. So today I want to show those of us that want to eat naturally tasty food how you can make your food delicious, mouth-watering without MSG. And this marinade does it. This is like a restaurant secret. I learned, I modified, and I'm still learning. But these are the simple ingredients we are going to use today. So we're starting with black pepper or peppercorns. These are really good and they add so much flavor to your cooking. We'll blend this first before we add other ingredients, just because we want a nice fine powder. Now, peppercorns are not the same as uziza seeds. For those of my Nigerian friends, uziza seeds are totally different. But if you don't have peppercorns, you can use without, you can use something else. You can use a pinch of uziza seeds, but we don't want to have I personally don't want to have that uziza flavor in this, because that uziza seed, I prefer using it for things like my soups, my African native soups, marinade, because they give that flavor there. So that's the reason I am sticking with peppercorns. We have a beautiful powder in there. So it's a bit pungent, but it's not spicy. Ginger and garlic. And the ginger, I generally don't peel my ginger. I give it a good scrub. I use organic ginger, and that's why it's still got the skin. So I don't have exact measurement, but the garlic is more than the ginger. Ginger, you don't want too much, okay? It's quite strong. And then we're gonna put in some olive oil. I prefer oil to water in this recipe. We wanna pour a generous amount of oil in there. And then we will put in our chilies. So I've got some cayennes and some habaneros. Whatever peppers you have access to is fine, but this is what I have. And I love the yellow, habaneros. My people in Nigeria call it unsuka pepper. It really, really enhances the flavor of food. It's got a nice perfume to it, okay? Next things we'll add will be the beautiful basil. I have basil flowers. Now, this is because I have a garden. You don't have to use it, but basil flowers, they're just like super amplify the flavor of basil. That's the only way I can describe it. They make the flavor so good. So I've washed it all and I'm just gonna go ahead and add it in. This is flavor that I would really impact into my cooking over the winter months. It will last me a whole long while. A little goes a long way. And it's without MSG. Yes, it's natural. It's not made in a lab. It's not manufactured, and it's not a toxin. Okay, that is the main part. It's not about it being made, by me. It's not a toxin to me. That is the main benefit. So we're gonna pop this in and just blend before we add some more herbs. We'll blend it at high speed. So next I have some lovage. You could use some celery here. You could use parsley. I've got a bit of parsley. I've got a bit of coriander. Just a little, not a lot. You don't want to overpower the garlic and the chili and the ginger. You just want to enhance it, okay? So we're just gonna add a bit of lovage in there. And finally, I have some rosemary. I'm going to add some rosemary, not a lot of rosemary. If you've seen me do my seasoning salt, it's something similar. It's just not dehydrated, and also slightly more other ingredients that I wouldn't put in the salt. And then I'm going to add some salt. Now, salt helps the shelf stableness, so I add a bit of salt there. And then whenever I cook with it, I don't add salt. Okay, so remember, it's a marinade. It will give flavor to my cooking. I can just marinate my meat for the family, or marinate fish, or whatever I fancy, without adding anything else, and that's plenty enough. That's it. Nice and simple. And all I need to do when I have to cook, I have this beautiful, delicious, look at that paste that I would use in marinating my foods. Try this, guys, try this to season your beef, your chicken, or even cooking rice, jollof rice, curries. It's just so versatile and so delicious. Now, I use this ice cube trays for my tiger nut milk. It doesn't retain the smell for long, so it's fine. But if you have a designated one for your herbs and seasonings, then go ahead. And then we'll just put this in. We have here 18 portions. That is a lot. You just need 1 cube. These are big size cubes, and 1 cube would do a lovely flavor for any meal I am cooking. And I'm so glad I've done this. I don't have to do this for a few months, and this is how I make my foods taste good without adding any artificial flavors or seasonings. This is what our frozen paste looks like. It doesn't get too hard, so if you take this out of the containers, just try and put it in the freezer bags quite quickly. But yeah, 1 cube this size, it's a decent size, will marinate a huge batch, and the flavor is intense. Yeah. If you have enjoyed this video, as it added value to you, leave us a thumbs up. Also, do not forget to share, subscribe, and until next time, see you in another video. Bye.